we are going to talk about today, we'll learn about the grammar TOWAKAGIRANAI. The grammar of TOWAKAGIRANAI is meaning that it's not necessary so or is not always true. And when you use the grammar of TOWAKAGIRANAI, that means you can use with the verb, noun, adjective, and adjective as you see here. But what you have to careful about when you use the grammar of TOWAKAGIRANAI, that means when you use the verb, you should change the verb to be the causal form. And when you use the noun, after the noun you should follow by da, and after that followed by TOWAKAGIRANAI. And when you use the noun adjective, it's just like the same as of using about noun, right? That means after the noun adjective, you also have to follow by the da, and after that followed by TOWAKAGIRANAI. When you use the adjective, you don't need to change anything. You just use it that way, and after that followed by TOWAKAGIRANAI. And sometimes the TOWAKAGIRANAI is you can use in the same like TOWAKAGIRIMASEN is had the same meaning. So when you use with the TOWAKAGIRANAI, is had the meaning that not necessary so or is not always true, something like it. So the next let's go to see some example to make more understand about how to use the grammar of TOWAKAGIRANAI. In here, our for example, they say, 先生の答えがいつも正しいとは限りません。先生の答えがいつも正しいとは限りません。Which means in English like this: the teacher's answers are not always correct. The teacher's answers are not always correct. This means that in here, what we had to learn about is they say TOWAKAGIRIMASEN. TOWAKAGIRIMASEN is the same meaning like TOWAKAGIRANAI. Kagiranai is not so polite. Kagirimasen is more polite than the kagiranai, right? So it just had the same meaning and it's just in the negative form, the same. And in this sentence, what we have to learn about is you should focus about before the towa. In here, they use the adjective, right? In here, our adjective is tarashi. It means adjective, right? Adjective, that means you don't need to change anything after the adjective. That means you just use in that form. So you see here, they just write tarashi and followed by TOWAKAGIRIMASEN. It's more tarashi TOWAKAGIRIMASEN, which means that it's not always true or it's not always correct, right? Sensei no kotai ga itsumo to wa kagirimasen, which means the teacher's answer is not always correct or is not always true, right? Sometimes it's not true, it's not correct, because teacher is also human. So human is can make the mistake for some time. So let's see the next example. こういう音楽は誰でも好きだとは限らない。こういう音楽は誰でも好きだとは限らない。Which means that this sort of music is not necessarily liked by everyone. This sort of music is not necessarily liked by everyone. In this sentence, they say "TOWAKAGIRANAI." So, what we should pay attention about is what is the word they use in this sentence. In here, they say "suki." Suki is mean the not adjective, right? So after the adjective, you should follow by da, and after that, you follow by "TOWAKAGIRANAI." This means that suki da "TOWAKAGIRANAI." So when you use with the adjective, you should follow by da, and after that, "TOWAKAGIRANAI." You see here. And in this sentence, it had a meaning that not necessary, right? So, こういう音楽は誰でも好きだとは限らない right? This means this kind of music or this sort of music is not necessarily liked by everyone, which means that some song is maybe you like but another body don't like, right? So even you like is not mean that everybody like. So in Japanese, in a case like this, you can say "kagiranai." This means it's out of the limitation. So somebody like but somebody don't like, so you can say "suki da dare demo suki da to wa kagiranai." Even almost 90% of the people like but 10% don't like, right? So let's see the next example. お金持ちになれば必ず幸せになるとは限りません。お金持ちになれば必ず幸せになるとは限りません。Which means that becoming rich doesn't necessarily make you happy. Becoming rich doesn't necessarily make you happy. In here, we see that they use the verb, right, in here. And in here, our verb is naru, is in the casual form. And after the verb, they follow by to wa kagirimasen. Kagirimasen and kagiranai is just the same, but in the night form and mass form, right? The mass form is more polite than the night form, so you can use kagirimasen. So in this sentence, they say, 幸せ、必ず幸せになるとは限りません. That means, even you are the rich man, but it doesn't mean that everybody to be the rich man is happy, have the happiness. It's not like that. That means even somebody you have many money and you be the rich man in the country, but you still have many problems and make you are not happy like the normal people. So that means it's not necessary for everybody to be every rich man to be happy when you get rich. The next example is いい大学を卒業したからいい会社に入れるとは限らない。いい大学を卒業したからいい会社に入れるとは限らない。Which means that just because you graduate from a good university doesn't mean you will be able to get into a good company. Just because you graduate from a good university doesn't mean you will be able to get into a good company. In this sentence, you see that they use the verb with the toba kagiranai. In here, our verb is highlighted. Highlighted is mean you can enter to you can work or you can enter to the good company. That means you can work in a good company, or it means you can get a job in a good company. And here is mean in the dictionary form, right? Highlighted is mean in the dictionary form. And after the verb there followed by TOWAKAGIRANAI is mean that you don't need to change anything if you use the verb with TOWAKAGIRANAI. And the meaning of this sentence is mean that even you graduate from the good university or the famous university, but it doesn't mean that you can get a job from a great company like Google, Facebook, or something, or General Electric, right? So even you graduate from the famous university, but it doesn't mean that everybody can get a job from the great company, a big company, the famous company. So in Japanese, in the case like you can say highly towa kagiranai. Thank you very much for watching my video clip, and please help me subscribe my channel if you haven't. I hope to see you about learning Japanese in the next time. ありがとうございました。